again. Hopefully this time Anti-Thunder does not disconnect in the first 4 seconds of the match beginning. I Can't Sleep will defend first. Their team roster this evening will be Real Reasons, Mizu Fall, Native, Chem, and X. For Tag and Bag, same roster that you've seen play many times before. Chad the Dude, Anti-Thunder, Crypto, 2 Valiant, and Corin. Silent, unable to play this evening as Crypto will be filling in for him. Silent, of course, being the substitute for Tag and Bag. Crypto, now being home, is able to return to his original spot on the team. Good luck, have fun to both teams. Teller's Office and Archives will be where I Can't Sleep begins their first defense on round number 1 of our second day of Siege Contender Series playoffs. Gavroid and GXI Enormous tuning in for the first time today as well. Thank you so much.
Need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Opting for a main floor defense instead of basement shows that ICS should be confident with this first floor spot. So, Consulate, a lot of teams can argue, has 2 to potentially 3 viable sites for defense. You will every now and then see a curveball thrown by teams as they will go and defend upstairs in CEO office, even though it is probably the worst spot of all of the bank spots to defend. The basement and servers technically winds up being one of the safest. In such a case as this, the defenders feel more confident in their first floor hold, and that's exactly what they'll try to do. We see that for the defense, their roster consists of a Mute, a Smoke, a Castle, and a Pulse, as long as a Jaeger, as well as a Jaeger. Upstairs we go. We see a rotation hole above, and they will castle off as well. This is interesting here. Let's take a look from above and see exactly what they're doing. They will hold that hatch and keep at least 2 roamers above. That'll leave Smoke and Mute as the 2 anchors on site on both B and A, as more holes for them to be able to push through and run through go in. You see right there into the office, into Archives itself, and then Chem sits in Tellers by A. Native goes for the early C4 and misses by just a hair. As the attackers push in from above, the attacking roster will be Hibana and Thermite, so they have the dual hard breachers, as well as a Jackal, presumably for his smokes, a Blackbeard, and an Ash. Now, with Thermite and Ash both losing their smoke grenades, we have seen a rise in both Jackal and Fuse play. Typically, both operators that I wouldn't say are necessarily in the meta. You can hear that Blackbeard machine gun going off, or assault rifle going off, as he pushes upstairs. He spots the first castle barricade. That will slow his push. Anti-Thunder here will spray through the wall, where both Castle and Jaeger will sit. You'll hear some more from Corin now, as they will begin to push upstairs. They will have to flush the roamers out before they can even try to attempt a plant beneath them. Almost some friendly fire there. Native will spy through that hatch, the Thermite pick, and Chad the Dude will lead off the kills with 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the round. Kill number 1, Chad the Dude, as Blackbeard drops X. Mizu Fall will take Chad out, though, and Anti-Thunder very close to death. 2 Valiant and Corin will pick up 2 very quick kills on Native and Mizu Fall, and that will put the defense down by 2.
Serious drywall work coming up.
45 seconds in the round. Real Reasons will get droned out. Chem takes down Anti-Thunder. Not hard given how low he was on health. He will now just sit and wait patiently for 2 Valiant to push him, while Real Reasons looks towards the skylight at the back of the bank. Time ticking down. Ash will exchange some gunfire here with the doorway. Get nothing out of it as Smoke just waits for her to push. Real Reasons just needs Ash to be able to get through that doorway. 2 Valiant will trade with Mute, and Real Reasons will pick up a quick 2 kill on Crypto and 2 Valiant. The only one left is Corin, who is planting. He sees him behind the desk. Does he? No, he doesn't. And just as Real Reasons tries to check his corners. Corin pops up, and with that diffuser down, he will pick up the final kill of the round, and that will be Tag and Bag winning the leadoff round here in game number 1. AIM2151, thank you for tuning in, and DK High 1234, thank you very much. For some reason, you have a very manly, sexy voice. I appreciate that. I would like to credit good genetics. Tag and Bag will go downstairs to the basement here on their defense. We'll see the Rook armor go down alongside of Rook, a Valkyrie, a Smoke, a Jaeger, and an Echo. So no Castle and no Pulse for them, which we saw last time around, and no Mute either. The attackers will be running the double breachers, still of Thermite and Hibana, very popular on this map. Just how many walls there is to breach through on every single site, as well as hatches. This might be one of the few maps where 2 breachers is almost mandatory for most pushes. Not all. You can certainly do it without, but they give you a lot more maneuverability than they would on other maps. We see an IQ, which is a bit of an unorthodox pick here.
5 seconds left before
Alongside a Jackal and a Blackbeard.
attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
While the attackers make their way to the building, we'll spy the defensive structure right now of Tag and Bag, reinforcing both walls, leaving that window open. One wall right there left unreinforced by B. That could be at the very bottom of the stairs. And they're a great idea for them to push through it and punish any attackers that run down those stairs, or a potential charge, either a Thermite or a Hibana to blow through that. Rotation holes, of course, across the vault runway, and then an A, tons of barbed wire. The first contact will come from Real Reasons and Corin as they do battle. And with that shield going down, Chad the Dude eliminating Real Reason, and that will be his first kill of the round. He got the first kill in round number 1, and a little bit of a celebration wiggle there from him. You see that small pixel peak allows him to pick off any potential attackers by a razor-thin viewpoint. Native drops 2 Valiant, and that'll draw them at 4 apiece in terms of members of the team alive. All of the attacking force now of I Can't Sleep, securing that back part of the bank, and now moving down the stairs to the server room. The hatch will go off above A. That will prompt Corin to have to seek shelter inside of the fuse, along with one of his other teammates. Chad the Dude still holding down that small angle. Crypto gets spotted on the drone. He eliminates it before moving ever so slightly to ensure that he doesn't get caught out by the enemy team. You see Mizu Falls starting to get the plan off. Don't know if they hear it or not. Native will take Corin down, and as they start to push, I Can't Sleep in great position. Anti-Thunder will take a heap of damage as the diffuser goes down. 4-3 in favor of I Can't Sleep at the moment. The attacker's looking to try and equalize this. Native will pick up yet another kill, this time on Anti-Thunder. A huge round for him. And Chad the Dude will take Chem out only before X is able to avenge his teammate. That will leave just Crypto left for the defenders. He will not only have to work his way through a diffuser, but also 3 members of I Can't Sleep with just under half of the time left. It doesn't really matter. Native, with an astoundingly large round, 4 kills for him. He will finish the round off, and they will draw even at 1 apiece. That is correct. I did accidentally say black butt, because I meant to say the butt of his gun. But I ended up saying it all at once. It happens. Now, given that they were unsuccessful, they could go back. I Can't Sleep could go back onto the main floor and do tellers and archives again, but instead, they'll roll the die and go to lockers and CCTV room downstairs. It could have just been a bold pick to see how they would hold up, and maybe they didn't practice the first floor as well as they have the basement. We don't know. We do see a castle substitution here, though, for a Mira and a Valkyrie in place of Mute for I Can't Sleep. So those are 2 more operators that they are going to be playing. Mizu Fall swaps to the Mira, and X to the Val. On attack, still sticking with those double breachers, 2 Valiant and Corrin will play the roles of hard breachers in both Hibana and Thermite. Crypto will take Ash, Anti-Thunder on Jackal, and Chad the Dude on the Blackbeard that he knows and loves so well.
10 seconds remaining.
Attackers will stash the drones as Tag and Bag feels that they have a sufficient amount of information as to where the defense sits. We'll take a look from above as Mizufal drops another Mira hatch. It's very nice of him to do that just as we decide to spectate. Mira presumably will stand there and watch the stairs while also having a good eye on server room and tunnel through that main doorway. The last Rook armor, or sorry, one of the last Rook armors will go for real reasons before they destroy it and ensure that the attackers don't get anything from the armor pack.
Sensor activated.
It is early into the round, but Native right now definitely being the anchor for his team, or the most important member of his team. 4 big kills last round allowed I Can't Sleep to, instead of fall behind by a deficit of 2-0, drop to, or draw to a 1-1 game. He'll get some surveillance on the attackers as they take stocks from above, and he's going to wait. He still does, or he has that Nitro cell. It did go out. Unsuccessful. The real question is going to be, will he get anything through those floors? He'll get drone. 2 Valiant's drone might actually sail right past him without spotting him at all. Anti-Thunder drops through that hatch. We are about to see Native get pushed from 2 separate angles, and as he tries to peek around the corner, that really powerful PDW-9 of Anti-Thunder eliminates Native. That is the carry from I Can't Sleep at the moment, currently down. That will mean that the rest of the team will have to shoulder some of that weight as they find themselves down a man about halfway through the 3rd round. Crypto and Chem will trade just inside of the garage. You saw that great view on Valcam. Thank you so much, X, for providing that. Anti-Thunder will pick up kill number 2 of the round, this time eliminating X. And as Mizufal looks to pick up Rook, the question is going to be, will anybody be able to get to Crypto in time? Real Reasons will drop Corrin, and Kemen takes Crypto out. And that will be an even 3 apiece, though Anti-Thunder, after his 2 big kills, finds Real Reasons SMG-11 far too powerful to overcome. So with that, Tag and Bag now at a disadvantage by 1. Chad the Dude and 2 Valiant both side by side. They'll be pushing from the same angle, while 2 Valiant will drone and chaperone Chad the Dude's rush in. Now, he doesn't know if anybody's behind that mirror window just yet. He will need to grab that diffuser, which right now might as well be miles away. The C4 will go, or sorry, the first smoke will go out from Real Reasons on Chad. It will sail right past him, and he will need to find a new position, as Mizufal will likely push him from the side, watching the hatch at the moment. We hear a second smoke canister go down, this time with 20 seconds on the clock. One more should be enough to prevent them from making the plant. We see a Nitro cell goes off here, and he will grab 2 Valiant and Chad the Dude, an enormous 2-person C4. That is absolutely astounding, and you see that C4 go sailing through. Unfortunately, no kill cam on the actual C4 itself. But Mizufal ensuring that his team wins round number 3. I'll leave the scoreboard up for you while the teams assemble themselves, figure out which operators they are going to play with in round number 4. Lockers and CCTV room will be the play for Tag and Bag yet again. Unsuccessful in their first defense, but they will go back and hope that this time around they find themselves winning rather than losing. Going to be interesting to see if they run a different strategy, but it does look like the team composition will be the same. An Echo, a Valk, a Smoke, a Jaeger, and a Rook for the defense. On attack, we will see a Buck come out for the first time so far, as well as a Fuse. That'll be their debut so far here in the 2nd day of the Siege Contender Series. Still rolling with the double breachers, X and Mizufal will run with both Hibana and Thermite respectively, and Jackal will round out the attack composition. Now that will give them a lot of smokes. Some grenades from Buck and double smokes from both Fuse and Jackal.
Attackers will cover the Fuse. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb. Unrolling reactor.
Final Valk Cam's going down. One more to go for her as she grabs the last Rook armor there. That will deplete the entire stock of 5. And once again, let's see what we've got here. Very similar defense. Last time they did not reinforce the wall to the front of the bank door or vault door. They do have the same rotation hole, opting for a lot of barbed wire and reinforcements right there by the door into servers by bomb site A, reinforcing the walls in front of the garage and even barricading it from above. And then, of course, they've gotten all of the hatches. You can see that already I Can't Sleep has made their way into the building, and Native probably thinking about dropping a cluster charge or 2 above onto the sites and try to flush out tag and bag. Now, one of the things to keep in mind with Fuse is that because of the heads-up display that is used in both ESL as well as the Siege Contender series, is that you don't actually know if you've injured somebody. So if you fuse from above and you injure 4 members of the team, you have absolutely no idea, as nothing will pop up on your screen to tell you that. Usually, you would get 50 points for an injury. It would show up on the right-hand side of your screen. Doesn't happen in this game mode. So what will end up happening is that if you're fusing, you need to make sure that there's a drone at least somewhere nearby. You don't want it to be too close because then the drone itself will get destroyed by the fuse charge. But you need to make sure that you yourself are droning and securing that intel for your team to know, hey, we've gotten such and such down, or hey, we've destroyed a bunch of gadgets, be they frost traps or Capcan traps or ADS or anything along those lines. You can see both hatches here, though, in the open area, and then the office have been blown. Corin is very close to being spotted. You'll hear that one smoke go down very early, though. The smoke grenade from Corin will go down with 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining. Typically, you'll see teams hold on to those towards the end to deny the plant. Corin might throw a second out here now. We'll do just that. Won't activate it just yet. We'll activate it now as you hear Yokai hitting a member of the defense, and Chad the Dude once again sitting with that same pixel peak. Mizufal disoriented from the Yokai as Native will take Corin down, and it looks like a backwards plant from Mizufal here, right at the door by servers and CCTV room. He'll get hit by the Yokai and then severely injured by the defense, and they're going to try to find that shimmery glow of the Yokai before they attempt another plant. Echo can sit there all day and get them off. It will be a bold push from Tag and Bag, though. Anti-Thunder drops X as Mizufal falls to Crypto. Native will take Crypto down at the same time. Chem dropping Chad the Dude, and that will leave 3 for the attackers and 2 for the defense. I spoke too soon, only 1 for the defense. Chems will take Real Reasons out, and Native eliminates Anti-Thunder so that I Can't Sleep takes round number 4. They will now be up by a score of 3-1 as we head to round number 5. Excellent play by Native, doing his best to carry this team to victory, at least here in game number 1. Obsidians, Bison Gaming, and Power JT. First times I'm seeing you here in the chat. Great to have you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And for all the new influx of viewers that we have, if you have not given us a follow yet, please do so. We hit over 50 followers yesterday. Exciting times for the series. We're hoping to keep seeing that number increase as we continue to play matches. The winner of this match will play questionable. Now, yesterday I had gotten my brackets wrong, and that is 100% on me. Fatal and Powerhouse will play in the next round. So the winner of Tag and Bag and I Can't Sleep will meet up with Team Questionable in the next round. The loser of this game will play Night Force in the elimination bracket. So it is a double elimination tournament. It is a best of 3. So whichever team wins the first 2 rounds or wins 2 rounds of their matches will move on to the next round to play questionable. The loser will play Night Force in the losers/elimination bracket. I don't like to say losers bracket because you're not technically a loser even though you lost the game. We see some interesting castle door strategies here as they try to get the mute jammers down. Now, mute and castle very strong together for the defense alongside that mute and the castle. We'll see a smoke, a Jaeger, and a castle. Or, sorry, a smoke, a Jaeger, as well as a pulse. This is the exact same composition they ran the first time around when they defended on round number 1 up top. And Tag and Bag were actually able to counter it. Still sticking the theme of the day with these double hard breachers as 2 Valiant and Corin fulfill their roles as Hibana and Thermite, and Ash, a Buck, and a Jackal. The first time that Buck is getting played here by the attackers. Native will lead off the killing in round number 5 by taking Anti-Thunder to task, and now spying at least one on his cardiac sensor. He'll do some drone duty, and I can't sleep all around them. Now, the real question is going to be, will he be able to get Ash? Crypto will peek around the corner right as that sensor goes down, and that will be all she wrote for Native. X avenging his teammate takes 2 Valiant down, and that will be a shootout between X and Crypto. Crypto so far getting the best of him, and X is down. Are we going to see an Ash charge kill? We will. Do it for the memes. Crypto eliminates X with an Ash charge, and at the moment, it's an even 3 apiece in terms of operators still standing with, just over half of the round to play. The telltale sign of the ump there as Mizu Fall finds one of the attackers, tries to drop Corrin and cannot. Corrin gets the last laugh there as he is far more accurate with that gun. Mizu Fall drops, and that will leave just 2 members of I Can't Sleep. Now this could be the second time here that I Can't Sleep runs the exact same strategy on the exact same site and loses to Tag and Bag. I don't want to get ahead of myself because a lot can happen in the next 65 seconds. But as it stands right now, that certainly seems to be the case. From above, Chad the Dude will do some hardware, or will do some handyman work. The hard work above, eliminating a bunch of the floor so that his team can have a bit of a view into the objective. Corrin looking to try and get that wall. They need to eliminate that mute jammer before they can get the plant off. They will do exactly that. Now that thermite charge able to go off as the jammer is down.
Bomb located by attackers.
Real Reasons and Chem, the only 2 remaining, and Chem dropping to Corrin means that it is just Real Reasons left. Now a good smoke left on the site can successfully prevent a plant as he goes to peek the wrong angle. Chad the Dude rushes in, and that is all for I Can't Sleep. Exactly as we saw on round number 1. Same sites, same operators for I Can't Sleep, and same result. Losing both times. Tag and Bag draw within 1, 3-2 still for I Can't Sleep. Round number 6 about to go underway, and I'll leave the scoreboard up for you. Yet again, you can see that Native, at the moment, is doing a tremendous job here for his team. Tag and Bag sharing the load relatively evenly. You see Corrin, Chad the Dude, and Anti-Thunder starting off strong. At the moment, 2 Valiant, the one member of the team that needs to step up for them, and X for I Can't Sleep. Though Snakebitten, you can see he's 2, 4, and 4, so he is, of course, helped out, but hasn't been ultimately successful himself. Tag and Bag will go exactly where they just won as they go to Tellers and Archives on the first floor of Bank, running a Pulse, a Bandit, a Valk, and a Smoke along with a Jaeger. I Can't Sleep will find the bomb site very, very quickly. And they will likely save their drones now as the defense does what they need to do to secure the sites for the inevitable push in 20 seconds. Mr. Pibb, first time I'm seeing your voice. Also, Ro and Hero, I know I've seen you before, but great to see you again. Thank you for tuning in. Mizu Fall almost gets eliminated by Native there as he goes to take out a camera, and that was a very close call. You saw how far or how near he was to that shot from his teammate. All the Black Eyes up for 2 Valiants, Valkyrie as they will roam. Now you can see Anti-Thunder is on site. Interesting for a Pulse to not be roaming. Seems like most Pulse and Jaegers will be as far from the site as humanly possible. You're playing on Bank. Where's your Pulse? He's currently on Chalet. That's how far away he is from your site. You can see the attackers slowly working their way into the building, hanging off the walls, just opening up the trading room. Now Crypto is very, very close. And 2 Valiant trying to eliminate Chem's drone, unable to do it. We should see early contact here now as Crypto shoots through the wall. Doesn't hit a single person. Real Reasons and Native not too far off, but he will give his position away, and Native will peek the doorway at the right time as Crypto goes to pull back, and Native will continue his reign as the carry for I Can't Sleep at the moment. Two Valiant will take Chems out before Real Reasons can punish him. That will be I Can't Sleep at 4 and Tag and Bag at 3. Corin sits and just waits patiently by A as Anti-Thunder does his best to spot every single member of I Can't Sleep above him. Chad the Dude, relatively close to sight. So at the moment, we do have all three members of the defense within a short run of A and B. Chad the Dude, though, being the farthest just inside of the lobby, while the other two sit on both bomb sites. A flurry of action to start off the round, and now a bit of a slower push as the game tightens up with only a couple left on either side. Anti-Thunder takes a significant amount of damage, and he needs to now run back into the protection of Corin's arms here on A.
Deploying Claymore.
That cardiac sensor only has about a dozen or so meters. I believe it's 9 meters to be exact. And as Anti-Thunder stands up, X will get a nice headshot on him. And you can hear the diffuser going off. Real Reasons will now pick off Corin, and that will just leave Chad the Dude, who will flank from behind. He'll take X out, and Real Reasons. That's a double kill for him. It will leave Mizufall and Native alive now, both the scary players to have to go against. He will get his way through the door as they stopped with the diffuse. And the diffuser in Mizufall's hands. He's going to start the plant now, and Chad the Dude will have to work against the time. He has 15 seconds to get back to site. You can see there is a Claymore in his path. So it only needs to be Native and Mizufall to hold the angles. Chad the Dude gets spotted by Mizufall, and Chad with the better shot. He will take Mizufall down, and Native and Chad will see one another. But unfortunately for him, his luck will run dry as Native will break double digits, getting kill number 10 on Chad the Dude to win round number 6 and put his team within 1 of winning Bank and eliminating Tag and Bag's chances of winning the first 2 games. Somebody in the comments asked if I would be shoutcasting the entire tournament. The idea is that I would like to shoutcast as much as possible. Bubba is one of the casters for the Siege Contender series as well. I think it might be a little unfair to him if I just simply do it all myself. So it looks likely that he will be showcasting tomorrow's match between Powerhouse and Fatal, given that I will likely be unavailable. At the same time, it really depends on their scheduling. If they schedule it for very late, I might be able to do it. I would love to cast as much as is humanly possible, and I appreciate both the encouragement and the feedback from everybody watching in Twitch, so thank you very much. I Can't Sleep is hoping that a successful defense on round number 7 will make them the victors in match number 1, and they will move on to the second match, the second map, where they will be up 1-0 and looking to put away the series in just 2 games. With that said, their defense will rest upon the plays of a Mira, a Pulse, a Rook, a Valkyrie, and a Smoke. Very similar to what we've seen from them in the past. And once again on attack, as the story has been so far. Double Breachers. 2 Valiant playing Hibana, as is tradition. Corin playing Thermite, as is tradition. And then an Ashe, a Jackal, and a Buck from Chad the Dude. And I gotta say it, every single time I see it, Alpha, the leader of Night Force, and Chad the Dude, the leader of Tag and Bag. I love that skin on Buck as a proud Canadian. I think that might be one of the nicest skins in the entire game. So thank you, Chad, for rolling with it. Native takes a healthy amount of damage as he tries to contest the push from the attackers and will now need to severely retreat. No dock for them, but it looks like he will get dropped by Mizufall and brought back to life at 50 health. That's a smart play from them. That Rook armor allows them to shoot their teammate and drop them and bring them back to life with more health than they had before they got dropped. X will lead off the killing by taking Anti-Thunder out of action, and he himself will try to scamper away before Chad the Dude says, no thanks, you don't get off that easy. That's 4-4 now, and I Can't Sleep's lone roamer, or at least for the moment, other than Native. Native now getting dropped as well from Crypto, and this is what Tag and Bag needs if they want to stay alive and keep fighting for Bank. I know that Tag and Bag has, in fact, been practicing Bank, and they're obviously hoping for a stronger showing than a 5-2 final score. So they would love to win this and tighten up the match at 4-3 and then potentially push into overtime. And I know everybody else here wants to see overtime because that means more excitement between the two teams. Chad the Dude will try to get a grenade down on Mizufall's mirror at the bottom of the stairs, but he has moved. That is old information on his behalf. For I Can't Sleep now, they'll just sit and wait. 1 minute and 10 seconds for them in the round to go.
Attackers have located a bomb.
They're hoping that in the next 2 minutes they will be moving on to match number 2, up 1-0. Chad the Dude will kill himself with a grenade. I'm surprised that I wasn't able to get that, and a little saddened, rather. Unfortunate. We did see a member of Night Force kill himself with a fuse charge yesterday, too. So that is 2 suicides that we've seen in the previous 24 hours. Mizufo will drop down and take Crypto out as Korin will now push him. And what was great for the attackers is now in the defenders' favor. Mizufo, though, gets flushed out by Korin, and a thermite charge will go off in just a moment as 2 Valiant watches from above. Real Reasons will toss out a smoke grenade. He's got 2 left for the next 30 seconds, and Korin will go backwards, and it appears in the middle of a smoke. We'll start the plant. That just might be server-side smoke. 2 Valiant eliminates Real Reasons. That will just leave Chem alive. He will have to fight that timer as it ticks its way to 0, as well as 2 members of Tag and Bag. A Claymore goes down by the door. Chem might see it, might not see it. He gets dangerously close, doesn't see it. Unfortunately, tunnel vision as he stares through his targeting reticle of his ACOG scope, doesn't bother to look down, and 2 Valiant's Claymore does all the work for him, as Tag and Bag just needs to wait it out, and they will win the round. Could a comeback be coming? 4-3 your score as we head to round number 8. I'll flash the scoreboard for you as they assemble their team.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Could this be the final round of Bank? 4 minutes. We'll know the answer to that question. 4 minutes will separate us between match number 2 and overtime. Those are the only 2 options. Real Reasons has had some success here on their push onto the main floor of both Tellers and Archives, and they're hoping that they'll be able to make this happen by rolling with an IQ, the Hibana Thermite picks, Jackal, and Blackbeard. It's funny because in the game yesterday, between Night Force and Powerhouse, I don't think there was more than one time at most that we saw both a Thermite and a Hibana. It was almost always exclusively 1 hard breacher, never 2. This time around, both teams have it in mind, 2 hard breachers every round. From above, we see that there are no hatches really to take care of up top inside of this supply closet here. That hatch still undefended. They don't really need anybody up there because it just drops down here where you see the other hatch. That has reinforced the wall in the office, and you can see that a deployable shield getting used for the first time. We do see that this entire wall is completely blown out for the defense too, and at the moment both Korin and Anti-Thunder will sit on A with Crypto on B. Chad the Dude hangs out in the main lobby as 2 Valiant sits upstairs. 2 Valiant loves to roam with this Valkyrie and has done so on a number of occasions. Peeks the corner a couple times and sees Chem's drone. We'll take it out as it looks like another push up top through Trading Room. And 2 Valiant gets droned again, this time by Mizufal. They will mark on the drone. Cardinal rule number 1 of droning is never mark on the drone unless it's for a wall bang. And then you need to be absolutely assured that you're going to get the kill, as most of the times. Letting them know that there is a drone or a camera still active will cause that drone or camera to get shot. Two Valiant now doing exactly what a good roamer should do, and that's just simply waste time. 1 minute and 20 seconds now that the teams that I Can't Sleep has wasted trying to flush out the Valkyrie of 2 Valiant now. Even if he does pass here after getting a kill on Chems, that's huge for them. Roamer's most important job is to just waste time. You can see the Blackbeard shield as he just tries to simply keep an angle on X. X will jump over the ledge, and that Blackbeard shield will eat up all those bullets and keep him alive, though he does sustain significant injuries. Almost a 2 minutes burn trying to hunt one roamer. That is exactly what they need to do. And 2 Valiant showing exactly how to do it quite so well. That will only give the attackers 1 minute to now pressure the site and pull off their strategy. That might be too little too late for them, as the defense right now sits in a better position with 4 defenders at full health. Attackers still have 4 operators up, but as you can see, Real Reasons is quite low at the moment. Unfortunately, a reset is not possible. Native will shoot out all of the reinforcements here as both Thermite and Hibana will try to blast their way through these reinforced walls, but there is a mute jammer on the other side for Thermite. Hibana, better luck though, she will be able to break through that wall, and now it looks like Thermite will try to get his Thermite charge off. A Claymore will go down to prevent the defenders from running out and pushing them inside of the office. Anti-Thunder, an enormous C4 on Real Reasons. That will put them up by 1, and with 15 seconds left, you can see that I Can't Sleep is now starting to scramble. Native will run right into a smoke as all of those remote gas grenades go down, and Mizufal and Native will try to push as Native picks up a kill along with X, but Korin will eliminate Native, and that will be round number 8 in the books. We are going to overtime here by a score of 4-4. Excellent hold from Tag and Bag. I Can't Sleep just taking a little bit too long to take 2 Valiant down in the early part of the round, and we have at minimum 2 more rounds to watch here at Bank. Everybody's currently lavishing praise on Bubba in the Twitch chat. Very well deserved. I have not really had the opportunity to speak much with Bubba or play with him, but from everything I've watched of his personal streams and his casting, he seems like a wonderful guy. And it would be actually great if we could cast together at some point. A little bit frustrating, the system that Siege has in place makes it difficult to do so, but Bubba deserves your love, and I'm glad to see that. He has a very strong understanding of the game, of strategies, and of meta. He has very insightful commentary and is able to do so in a consistent manner without boring the viewer. It's hard to do that as a shoutcaster, so on behalf of the Siege Contender Series, I am proud to be able to cast alongside Bubba, and I'm glad that other people feel the same way as well. For the attackers now, in round number 1. Tag and Bag will get at least, or will start off on defense. That means they will defend if there is a tiebreaker of tiebreakers. At round number 3 in overtime, Tag and Bag will be on defense for the second time. On a map such as Bank, not too difficult because there are 2 sites that are both relatively easy to defend. There is not a major deficiency between one of those sites. There's neither that is objectively superior. But at the same time, if you figure that it might be easy to attack, then this would definitely favor I Can't Sleep, who will get potentially 2 opportunities to attack. They will do so, though, for the first time this match without 2 hard breachers. We do see that the Hibana has been dropped in favor of a Thatcher, alongside a Fuse, a Jackal, and a Blackbeard. For the defense, we see a Frost come out for the first time in any Siege Contender Series match that I have commentated, and Valkyrie alongside a Smoke, an Echo, and a Jaeger. So no Mira, no Bandit, and no Rook. Chad the Dude hears a drone, can't find it, and he will need to just keep running and hope that he doesn't get spotted. ICS already working, most of them working their way into the building. X struggling a little bit to break through that reinforced door as a drone will spot one of the Tag and Bag members. X unable to get the proper bullet pen here. They're trying to find 2 Valiant. 2 Valiant once again trying to waste all of their time and gets a couple bullets in her, but at the same time, 1 minute and 42 seconds left. Real Reasons and 2 Valiant will duel yet again. Chad the Dude will drop natives, and Real Reasons pulls out his Deagle, or 2 Valiant pulls out his Deagle, and that will be all for Real Reasons. So Tag and Bag, after being down by a score of 4-2, not only tightening it up, but also holding a 2-operator advantage at the moment. 1 minute and 30 seconds left, while Mizufal will hold the diffuser. That's a good position for a Thermite to be in. It will leave Fuse and Thatcher. Now, we see an LMG play from Chem. That is a ballsy move, if I do say so myself, with a cluster charge number 1 going off just inside of the office that will try to make Tag and Bag scramble. As you can see, 2 Valiant is the only one even near the area and manages to get a headshot on X. So this is the 2 Valiant show at the moment. The past 2 rounds seeing great and crucial play from him on this Valkyrie. Now 50 seconds left. We'll take a significant hurting through those walls. Mizufal drops Chad the Dude, and both members of I Can't Sleep nearby 2 Valiant will push him. We can see that from behind, Fuse will, with that LMG, be able to rip right through 2 Valiant and will drop another cluster charge as a way of celebrating. Everybody wants those hockey pucks. And the last one looks like it will go off now with 30 seconds left. Chem and Mizufal, the only 2 remaining for I Can't Sleep, while Anti-Thunder, Crypto, and Korin look to hold on for dear life. They will break their way through the wall, and Tag and Bag will await the push from the main lobby. Crypto anchoring B with Corin's smoke nearby. Crypto now getting dropped through that thermite hatch. Anti-Thunder will drop Chem, and that will leave just Mizu fall with the diffuser. He manages to get the plant down before running into, or running out of, the objective and getting torn up by Corin, and that will be Tag and Bag's round. They will pull ahead for the first time since the first round. Tag and Bag won round number 1 before ultimately falling behind to I Can't Sleep, and now Tag and Bag within 1 of winning on Bank. DK High says, please cast together so that we would not be bored of one voice. I am not offended. I'm not offended at all. I have to fill a lot of dead air, and I get that. I would love color commentary. Unfortunately, the only real way to do that is to screen share. So I would have to spectate, or Bubba would have to spectate, and then one of us would have to screen share over Skype, and we both have to sit in the same Discord channel together. And it's such an unfortunate situation, because if you look at a game such as Overwatch, it makes it very easy for the spectators. You can have 10 people in one lobby in Overwatch spectating. It's very convenient. A system like that would be wonderful to have here, and have multiple people watching. It would just make it so much easier for these sorts of things, but I unfortunately do not have the power to make that happen. In the meantime, right now, we're just doing solo casting, and I hope that my voice is not annoying, like another caster who was listed above, and I hope that my voice is not boring being by itself.
10 seconds to go.
I Can't Sleep. We'll be defending both CCTV and lockers downstairs. If they lose this, that will be the round for them, and this will be the game for them. And it looks like we might actually see Native do a rush out and try to get a couple that spawn in the alley. On the defensive side, alongside Native's Pulse, you will see a Valk, a Mute, a Smoke, and a Mira, and Native punished immediately by 2 Valiant, who is heating up and has now 8 kills on the match. This has been a strong 3 rounds so far from 2 Valiant, and that will be a big blow as the top fragger of I Can't Sleep eliminated within the first 20 seconds of the round. It was an extremely high-risk, high-reward situation. Now, typically you will see a lot of teams when they are currently down a round and or facing elimination will tend to play a little slower. They will play a little bit more passively and try to wait for something to come to them. Chem and Chad the Dude will trade shots just outside of the boardroom, outside of trading room as well, and Chem will need to continue running as Chad the Dude Skeleton Key tears open the wall. What I was saying about patience, though, that was, in my opinion, a move that could have absolutely push Tag and Bag back and given I Can't Sleep a very early advantage in the round. But most teams are expecting a peek at some way, especially from that spawn, which is referred to as by a lot of players as Peeker's Alley. So to see that play and to see how quickly Native was taken down, you have to wonder exactly how smart it was. X will grab a triple kill here. Absolutely monstrous play for him, as he's doing his best to pick up the slack from Native. Eliminate Anti-Thunder, Chad the Dude, and 2 Valiant. That will leave just Corin and Crypto. You do see that Tag and Bag will continue with their double hard breachers. They'll leave 1 left with Thermite, so less of a risk if one of them goes down early on. Crypto will now try to drone his way through so that when that Thermite hatch goes off, they know exactly what's coming their way. They'll sit and watch and have the team ensure that nobody comes down and flanks them. That is smart. You see Corin tries to do a back plant, and unfortunately, due to the way that the room is set up, he drops it. He's trying to get the plant off through the smoke. He almost dies and will need to then move as X goes for kill number 4, but doesn't get it. Corin eliminates X, and that will be still an advantage at the moment for the defenders. Real Reasons will throw out yet another smoke. This time Corin gets out without taking as much damage, but still very, very close. They will now need to cycle, and Crypto will need to do it as he is at full health. So he takes a tiny bit of damage through that smoke. We will see the last remote gas grenade get cocked by Real Reasons as Chem will now cycle around, and you will hear that go off. Crypto should be through enough to get it off. There was too much waiting on behalf of Real Reasons, but you can see both members of Tag and Bag dangerously low in terms of health. It's up to I Can't Sleep to try and get this diffuse off. We are 1/3 of the way through, and if they don't get this diffuser, Tag and Bag holds on. Corrin eliminates Chem, and that will be an even 2. Mizu Fall and Real Reasons for I Can't Sleep. They're just going to need to wait and try to hope for a good peek. And just like that, Mizu Fall will spy Crypto, can't get it, will cock the C4 and try to get Crypto. Absolutely nothing. He will now push. He gets Corrin down. Will he get the double kill in Crypto as well? That's one. They start to defuse, and Crypto will now need to get back to site as Real Reasons works on the diffuser. And just as Crypto tries to take him down, he gets dropped by Mizu Fall. I Can't Sleep pushing this to the limit as we will move to the final round here on Bank. Round number 11 as I Can't Sleep gets away by the skin of their teeth. Round number 3 of overtime with Tag and Bag on defense. Chumahu Henshin. Chumahu Henshin, it's the first time I'm seeing your name. Welcome to the broadcast as well. And Night Force and Zulu both tuning in, so great to see you too. Emily XO, also first time I'm seeing your name, so thank you for your viewership. This is going to be the final round. It basically comes down to a best of 1. We played 10 rounds so far, and all it is 1 round. It's a best of 1 at the moment. Crypto feeling confident on that Frost, and we'll pull Frost out for the second time for Tag and Bag. It worked the first time, might as well work a second time too. Now, you don't see a lot of trap operators, such as Frost or Capcan played, because with all the heavy droning and communications that teams are sharing between one another, typically the location of those 3 Frost traps or those 3 Capcan traps are known right away, and it's very easy for you to avoid them. Even if not, all you need to do is leap through a window and look down and get a couple shots off, and you'll likely destroy the bear trap beneath you, or the welcome mat as it's called, from Frost. But of course, Frost does have not too bad of a gun, and Crypto seems to enjoy playing her, so for the second round in a row, we will see a Frost played from Tag and Bag. Beside that Frost, a Mira and a Jaeger with a Valk and a Smoke finishing off the 5 on defense. For the attackers, Real Reasons playing strong on that Blackbeard so far. Native enjoying the Jackal pick, will play it as well. Mizu Fall taking Thermite, and then Chem with IQ and X as Hibana. So they will go back to double breachers after 1 round of taking a break, where X played the Thatcher, will now go to the comfort pick of Hibana. 2 minutes and 30 seconds separate us between what will be a victory in this round and a defeat in this round. And before we move to match number 2, I Can't Sleep already inside the building. You can hear that 2 Valiant setting up the final Black Eyes for Valkyrie. 1 still remaining. And they will guard the hatches. Now, let's take a look at who exactly is roaming. Right now, you see that Crypto, Chad, 2 Valiant, and Corrin are sitting on site. And it's going to be a quick push here as Hibana gets all of the hatches. 2 Valiant not roaming, sitting on site. This time 2 Valiant had done such an impeccable job of wasting time from I Can't Sleep while picking up a couple of kills as well. So, great on his part, but I guess they are going to play it safe this time around, and they will sit and watch the angles. Anti-Thunder disconnecting, so we are likely going to need a rehost. That is awful timing. For Tag and Bag to lose 1 in the final round of Bank. I don't believe the round is dead, though. If they disconnect in the middle of the round, we continue to play. So, unfortunately, because Anti-Thunder did disconnect, this will severely hinder Tag and Bag. The round is still live. If they win 4v5, then great for them. But if I Can't Sleep wins, then that's it. Unfortunate timing for Anti-Thunder and especially Tag and Bag. You saw Mizu Fall had gone for the plant there just outside of the front door. It threw that Thermite hatch, or Thermite hole. Corrin gets felled here by the attackers and will need to get picked up by Crypto's Frost. And as they are planting, we will see another smoke go off. It looks like it sailed far too far, and Mizu Fall now in the comfort of the room will be able to get the plant off before he pushes out. Now, nobody has fallen just yet, but with that diffuser down, we will surely start to see some casualties. And just like that, Mizu Fall will take Crypto out of the final round of Bank. Surely you must think that I Can't Sleep is in great position. While Chad the Dude drops Chems, Chems will drop Chad the Dude. That's an even trade. They will end up taking each other down. Real Reasons now drops Corrin, and that will leave just 2 Valiant for Tag and Bag. They were obviously hoping for a better result, but with Anti-Thunder disconnecting, they were down a member. X stands by the doorway and waits for 2 Valiant to push. And I Can't Sleep will take round number 1 in somewhat controversial fashion here on Bank. They will move to match number 2. Hopefully Anti-Thunder will be able to sort out his disconnecting issues. He did disconnect earlier on. And then, of course, a disconnect here in arguably the most important round. Here is the scoreboard for you from the I Can't Sleep Tag and Bag match number 1, just so you can keep track of who was playing well at home. A pretty good spread on I Can't Sleep of 3 members getting 8, along with 111 and 16. We will now sit and wait for Anti-Thunder to return before we start map number 2 on Oregon. You never like, as a spectator of these sorts of events, you never like to see a game decided by somebody disconnecting or going AFK or their internet going out or something along those lines. You can sit here and speculate all you want. If Anti-Thunder had not have disconnected, could Tag and Bag potentially have won the game? Maybe. There's no real way to know. The game was so close between both teams all times that even losing one member could be such a swing that the team that was down 1 would find it extremely difficult to come back. Anti-Thunder's loss, or Anti-Thunder falling, could have meant a direct loss to Tag and Bag. We'll never know. And it's one of those things that as a player, it can really haunt you, because I bet there's nobody right now that is beating themselves up as much for what just happened as Anti-Thunder is. It's tough. Most of the people watching the stream are gamers themselves. They know exactly what it's like to go through that. But part of being a competitive gamer is that you need to shake it off. You need to realize that that was the previous match, and you need to come in with a fresh and clear head as we begin game number 2 on Oregon. Now, I Can't Sleep will be defending first, and Tag and Bag looking to round out their team above, as Kids Dorms and Dorms Main Hall will be the play for I Can't Sleep. Oregon, another one of those maps where you have 2 sites that are very easy to defend in comparison to the rest, though you do see a lot of Latin American teams picking that back tower bomb site. It's an interesting play, but one that we don't see a lot of North American teams do, and I have not seen that site defended at all in any matches that I've casted since starting my casting with Rainbow Six. My perspective as a player, or my preference, I think attacking Kids Dorms and Dorms Main Hall is far more difficult than it is to attack the basement in the laundry room. I think I Can't Sleep is hoping that Tag and Bag feels the same way, and they will start off in Kids Dorms. The second floor, we'll just wait for the final member of I Can't Sleep to load in, and we will begin match number 2 by a score of 6-5 after an untimely disconnect from Anti-Thunder. I Can't Sleep up 1-0 here in the Siege Contender Series, second day of playoffs. For the defense, we will see a Pulse, a Bandit, a Jaeger, a Smoke, and a Valkyrie. Now, I'm actually very surprised with how little Bandit play we've seen so far today. We've seen a lot of Pulse play. We've seen some Castle picks. We've seen Rook, of course, Mira, and Frost, as Tag and Bag's Crypto has played him a couple times. But Bandit has a good gun, is a 3-speed operator, has a great gadget on certain sites, and of course comes with 3 barbed wire. As I said yesterday, the 4 words that most professional Siege players will agree upon is that barbed wire wins games. Those 4 words right there are what you need to keep in mind when rounding out your defense and which operators you're going to be picking. We saw yesterday that Night Force, when playing against Powerhouse, had picked 4 operators with either impacts or C4s, and they got absolutely ran over that round. I don't think Powerhouse lost a single member of the team. If they did, they might have lost 1. And that's just because if your throws on the C4 miss, that's it. Whereas barbed wire, unless it gets taken out, it is active, and it is important, and it is impactful for the entire time that it is there. It can prevent rushes, it can prevent flanks, it can work as an audio cue as people hear it, and it can kill time as people have to waste trying to smash that barbed wire. For the attackers, we see a sledge come out. This might actually be the first time we've seen a sledge so far, alongside an Ash, a Thatcher, a Blackbeard, and a Hibana. So just like that, the double hard breachers are dropped. We see no Thermite play. We saw very little Thermite on Oregon in the Powerhouse and Night Force match yesterday. So, once again, Hibana taking the role of hard breacher away from Thermite. A minute and a half into the round, and we'll look from above as X sits and roams in the attic, the crawl space between kids' dorms and the large tower just above the meeting hall. Mizu Fall will sit on site, with Real Reasons also being the other anchor. Native sits just inside of Armory. The real question is, where is Kem? He sits up top on that watchtower and waits patiently for a push. Very slow play so far. Not a lot of action. 1 minute and 20 left to play in round number 1. You can see Native with the C4 cocked and loaded as Too Valiant tries to inch his way around that banister. And will decide against pushing up that stairs. The ping goes down to let them know that there is somebody indeed in Armory. And the first trade we'll hear will go by Mizu Fall as he eliminates Chad the Dude, while he himself falls outside, gives away his entire position, and Crypto using that information to take Mizu Fall down in round number 1. Native's Nitro Cell goes off and doesn't get a single thing, where you see an EMP disable the reticle of that MPX. Corrin and Crypto will push in to be repelled by X as he takes Anti-Thunder down and drops Corrin as well. That's great play from the roamer of Bandit. Corrin will now need to get picked up with only 25 seconds remaining. This will put the attackers in a tough spot. You can see that both Native and X are watching relatively the same area, and Kem will drop to Valiant. This is a stranglehold for I Can't Sleep at the moment, as Crypto gets the best of Native. Corrin will try to rappel through the window before X drops him, and Real Reasons takes out the final member of Tag and Bag, so I Can't Sleep will grab round number 1 on Oregon. Part of the best part of casting these matches is just being able to see the spirited competition between the two teams. We saw I Can't Sleep pull out to a 3-1 victory, or 3-1 lead rather, on their way to victory. Tag and Bag, 1-1, then lost the next. It was 4-2. You thought that I Can't Sleep had the momentum on their side. You expected them to be able to win at least one of the next 2 rounds and finish them off. Instead, what we saw was a triumphant return from Tag and Bag, who won 3 rounds in a row to go up 5-4, lose the 10th round, and then an unfortunate timing of a disconnect from one of their members might have potentially cost them the round. I don't want to say that too much because it was a really smart play by I Can't Sleep. They exploited the numbers advantage, and they played extremely well. The last thing I want to do is take away the skill level of I Can't Sleep, because they deserve that win as much as anybody. But you still have to wonder if the result would have been different if Tag and Bag had a full 5 to fight off against I Can't Sleep. For Tag and Bag on defense, we see a Castle, a Doc, a Smoke, a Valk, and a Mira. Interesting strategy for them. You see that only one of the armor panels has gone down so far from Chad the Dude. For attackers, I Can't Sleep running the double breach still of Hibana and Thermite. With, instead of running a Buck or a Sledge or a Thatcher, they are running an Ash, an IQ, and a Blackbeard. Chad still sits above, having only used 1 armor panel. Very interesting. Hasn't used his impacts at all. I wonder if the strategy is to wait until that timer ticks down and then use the last bit of reinforcements to keep the attackers out. Now, really only the 2 hard breachers and the soft breacher have the ability to get through those without hitting them 11 times. Now, a frag grenade can do that as well, so that will be up to IQ, providing she does not use her frag grenades too early on. The first hatch will go up in the main, or the first hatch will go down, rather. I got my levels wrong. And speaking of using grenades, Chem will toss both frag grenades out, playing hot potato with them, and that will mean that any castle barricades they may find will need to be either beaten down by melee or will need to be killed by an Ash Charge or Hibana or Thermite. You see the first smoke go off there, that yellow haze from Corrin. We'll see another go off too. Both those going off very early in the round. Corrin will get flashed, as we are likely to see one member of I Can't Sleep try and drop down through that hatch. Might be almost certain death though, as Anti-Thunder sits and waits. Chad the Dude drops X. That will be a crucial kill with a minute left. That is one of their hard breachers down. Now Hibana did of course get all of the hatches, so not too big of a worry in the sense that all of her devices were used, all of her gadgets were used, but Chad will need to get back to site as Native drops Corrin. Strong round last game from Native. Chad the Dude will take a couple shots from Chem around the corner, as that is 2 members of Tag and Bag falling in quick order, 1 and 2. And Real Reasons just a shot away from death. He'll try to peek and miss as Crypto drops him, and Mizufal drops Crypto. That's a nice headshot. That headshot will take Doc down without providing him the ability to get himself back up. From that hatch above, 2 Valiant gets dropped, and Native will pick up a double kill to end round number 2, as 2 Valiant and Anti-Thunder find themselves at the wrong end of Ash's R4C. Excellent play as Native moves himself behind the cover of the wall and through that bullet pen, able to take out both members of Tag and Bag. So I Can't Sleep puts themselves up 2-0 on Oregon. Wanted to take the time here not only to throw up the scoreboard for everyone to see, but also to say to those of whom that have not given us a follow yet, please do so. We should have a match tomorrow night between both Fatal and Powerhouse, and then either the night after that or the night after that, we should see the winner of either Tag and Bag or I Can't Sleep square off against Questionable. Now, the loser of this round does indeed go on to play Night Force in the elimination bracket, and the loser of that match will be eliminated from the tournament. Every team, so far, still has an opportunity to win this tournament. Nobody has been knocked out just yet. Keep that in mind. Capitao will make his debut here in the Siege Contender Series as Chad the Dude. Chad the Dude, who loves to play Buck and Blackbeard, will drop his usual routine and flex to Capitao, along with a Blackbeard and Ash, a Thatcher, and a Hibana. For the defenders, we will see a Bandit played yet again. Great to see him get more activity alongside a Mute, a Smoke, a Valk, and a Mirror. A lot of Mute play today. I don't know if we saw much of Mute at all yesterday in the first match of our playoffs. I don't think Powerhouse nor Night Force has a Mute main, but in such a case as this, I Can't Sleep and Tag and Bag have been running the Mute pick with some good regularity. Also interesting to see a deployable shield go down in that back tower too. The attackers managed to break their way into that front lobby, and Corrin's throw on that van doesn't go as far as he'd want while he gets onto the drone. And already we see them establishing their position inside of the garage and by the meeting hall. Now you can see that Native is roaming above, just sitting and taking a sweet time on his cams. Gets droned out by Crypto there and hoping for a rotation hole in that wall for him. You can see that's a really good camera location. Gives him a really good 360 view of the surrounding area. Chad the Dude on Capitao will drop X, and Chem falls to Anti-Thunder. So this will be Tag and Bags to lose at the moment. Native will take a heap of damage from that Para 308 of Capitao and will need to sit upstairs, work the cameras, try and hopefully see a push and get a drop on them before they can get a drop the other way around. Chad the Dude does get spotted on that camera and will pull back. Knowing that there's probably a Valk cam somewhere nearby, we'll just sit and wait and hope that Native peeks him again.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Mizu, Fall, and Real Reasons sit in the typical Mira and Smoke spots here on the basement of Oregon. That Smoke play by Real Reasons with the wall broken to the left of him means that he'll be able to toss out his gas grenades and prevent a plant. Now they will try to deny him that push, so that is why the Capitao pick came out. It will prevent him from being able to get that gas grenade off. Mizu, Fall, and Natives dropping Crypto and 2 Valiant, and that is a good pick there from I Can't Sleep. You can see that he needs to get that gas grenade out, and that one Capitao dart stays for so long. He'll grab Chad the Dude, and with Corin still sitting up there, he'll look to smoke out Corin. Corin will now need to push through the smoke, but won't be able to do so as he'll get nested in that barbed wire. Anti-Thunder drops Mizu Fall, and that will be only Anti-Thunder left for the attackers. The diffuser is down. If Anti-Thunder perishes, all they need to do is defuse that, or kill that diffuser and prevent the bombs from being defused, but Anti-Thunder just sits and waits for the audio cue. At just a sliver of health, time is running out, only 10 seconds left. Even if they manage to kill Anti-Thunder, they won't be able to get it, and it looks here that even if Anti-Thunder dies, they won't be able to defuse it in time. Native able to get the Blackbeard, but will run out of time on that diffuser, and I Can't Sleep will win round number 3. Put themselves up 3-0. Or sorry, Tag and Bag. My mistake. I got my rounds up. Tag and Bag will win that round, and I Can't Sleep unable to get the diffuser, and that will put them at a 2-1 advantage. I blew that. I absolutely blew that. I got my colors wrong. I thought blue was orange. I thought orange was blue, and the sky was up, or the sky was green, and up was down, and I got it wrong. Tag and Bag held on. My apologies. Obsidian's asked Siege Contender Series, why you know Shoutcast Pro League? Because I haven't been asked.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And I don't even know if I'm really good enough to Shoutcast Pro League. They have a pretty fundamental understanding of the game that you have to give them credit for. If given the opportunity to do so, I'd jump at the chance, but at the moment, I'm more than happy to do the Siege Contender Series. Thank you so much for your support, though. My shoutcasting, though, would be nothing without the combatants that we see in front of us. The 6 teams that made it to the playoffs in Fatal, Questionable, Powerhouse, I Can't Sleep, Tag and Bag, and Night Force in order of their finishes. So it really relies on them to provide exciting content that I can then speak to. Because if we have boring matches, it's tough for even the best of commentators to make a boring match excited, or excitable, and exciting. For the defenders, we have a Mira, a Valkyrie, a Smoke, a Rook, and a Castle. So no dog for them this time around. Chad the Dude played very strongly on Castle. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough for his team, as they did find themselves losing their first defense to I Can't Sleep. But they're hoping for better fortunes this time around. Seeing how strong that Capitao play was, we now see Mizu Fall whip out the Capitao pick, alongside an IQ, a Hibana, an Ashe, and a Blackbeard. So that will actually be all 4 of the 3-speed attackers being used alongside of a Blackbeard. I think this might be the first time that I've seen every single 3-speed operator used on the same team at the exact same time on attack. On defense, it's very easy because you have your 3 speeds of both Jaeger and Bandit, often used together. An impact grenade of Castle to take out the drone will be a little bit of overkill, but pretty funny nonetheless for us to watch. Native takes 2 Valiant out, and that will lead off round number 4. Now, Chad the Dude, still sitting with 1 armor panel. Only used 1 the last time they defended on round number 2. And you can hear those X-Kairos of Hibana going to work. They're going to try to get a good angle on that hatch. You'll see what Real Reasons can see from the protection of that reinforcement, as well as his rifle shield. That'll make Blackbeard very hard to kill in a 1v1. Not impossible, but that rifle shield has saved many hundreds of Blackbeard mains' lives before. We saw it itself when 2 Valiant and Blackbeard tussled. When Real Reasons tried to push 2 Valiant ended up feeding that Blackbeard shield, being unsuccessful in the kill. If that shield hadn't been there, that would have been 2 Valiant's fight to lose on Bank. So you can see how important that shield is. Blackbeard using it to peek around the corners exactly as it was intended to do. Now Mizu Fall will drop down a smoke from his tactical crossbow and then drone out the defense. Chad the Dude will take Native out, and that will be an even 4 operators apiece with 50 seconds left to go. Just over 2 minutes into the round, and they're going to make a quick play here. Anti-Thunder can see and will wait, and the first smoke will go off. That will cause them both to have to run up the stairs. Corin still sits with 2 gas grenades. Now see, one thing here that they have done better, I would say, than I Can't Sleep did, was that I Can't Sleep opened that wall wide up, which allowed the Capitao of Tag and Bag to shoot in without really needing to aim too much in the heat of the moment. I don't want to detract from the fact that Crypto just got a double kill there, though. And that is a big play for Tag and Bag as they look to draw even at 2 apiece on the round. Crypto pushes around the corner and will get dropped by Real Reasons. That suppressed gun of his still kicking like a horse. Corin will take Chems out, and Real Reasons will get dropped from above as Chad the Dude drops out of the hatch in Meeting Hall and pushes towards the top of the stairs. That will be Tag and Bag equalizing the game at 2 apiece, and you can see it. That was a couple hipfire shots before he ADS'd. The point that I was trying to make there, though, about that hole that you saw on the wall, what I Can't Sleep did was they opened that easily penetrable wall wide open. It was a huge amount of opportunity for Chad the Dude, who's playing Capital, to peek around and shoot an arrow right through. Didn't really need to aim, especially when you're getting pressured. You could just fire with reckless abandon. Still a good shot by Chad, but he didn't really have anything working against him. What you saw Tag and Bag do on defense there, though, was they made that hole very small, so that Smoke could still lob those gas canisters through it, but a Capital would need to be a lot more precise with their shots in order to deny Smoke from getting into the line of sight and throwing those gas canisters out. So by not enabling the attackers, they were able to hold off the plant, and as you can see, it worked. Tag and Bag won the round. Now they're now even at 2 apiece.
Going up.
After going up 2-0, I Can't Sleep now trying to regain the lost momentum as they roll the die on a Bandit, a Smoke, a Pulse, a Valkyrie, as well as a Jaeger. So lots of barbed wire and lots of mobility for the team as Pulse, the only other 3-speed operator who is getting played alongside the Bandit and the Jaeger pick. When I'd mentioned 3-speed operators before, I had left out Pulse, but as you can see, he is being used, and that is every 3-speed operator for the defense. However, for the attackers, we see a Glaz emerge for the very first time in either yesterday or today's matches, alongside a Blackbeard, an Ash, a Hibana, and a Thatcher. You can see X sits above, as he has done in the last couple rounds here. And from below, we'll take a look at who is going to be anchoring the sites. Nobody below. Mizufal will anchor B. Real Reason sitting just outside of A. Now, it's not uncommon to see a Mira get plopped down there on either of those walls, but of course no Mira for the defenders here, instead opting for the Bandit Jaeger combo. Native will sit inside of Armory and diligently work the cameras for the team as just a minute ticks into the round, and the attackers still yet to make much happen. Only a handful of them have made it inside of the building. Chad the Dude will try to go with a short-range Glaz play instead of sniping from afar. Glaz, of course, getting nerfed over the last patch. His damage has seen a significant drop-off, but that thermal scope remains unchanged. Still has the same smoke grenades, just does less damage now, so not as much of a menace. And if you get shot twice, there's still a chance that you could potentially get away with your life, whereas before it was almost guaranteed that Glaz would win that fight. You can hear that Mizufal's ump goes off as he sees some contact and will now go back to working his heartbeat sensor. Blackbeard firing just outside of the main bedroom window with that rifle shield, still just holding the angle. This is a very slow push at the moment. 1 minute left. As that time ticks down, traditionally, it benefits the defenders. And Real Reasons will get a very quick double kill on Crypto and Corin. That will stall Tab out with 55 seconds remaining. Chem will eliminate 2 Valiant, and Native trying to get a shot on Glaz. Not likely that an MPX is going to be out-sniped, that sniper rifle or the DMR of Glaz. X will now need to pull back to sight, and Native will risk it as he runs to safety. Mizufal sits inside of Kid's bedroom and waits for a push from either Anti-Thunder or the Glaz pick, and just as he gets in, he has his back turned to him, and Mizufal will take full advantage of that and make it look easy as Anti-Thunder, an ill-advised push. What I was trying to say earlier, though, is that as the timer runs down, you will typically see the defense tighten up. Chad the Dude and Chem will do a do-si-do around that broken window, and Chad the Dude will get away with just a tiny bar of health as Chem just needs to wait him out. Now Chad the Dude will try to push through that small tower, and Native, perched on top watching the doorway, will clean up the kill. ICS will get their mojo back and will take round number 3. Or sorry, will take their 3rd round here in the 5th round and be up by 3-2. Obsidian says very nice. I would love an analyst slash color commentator. The community that I'm in has done it with Overwatch, and we did have commentary. It was a lot of fun. It was great to have to be able to bounce off of people. The other thing, too, is a second set of eyes. They see things that I don't see. So, I mean, with Overwatch, you can have people spectating different people all around. With Rainbow Six, it is a little bit more difficult because there is only one spectator. But at the same time, you can have somebody who's doing that color and like analysis and actually keep track of who's killed what and who's played what and that sort of thing. For myself, it's kind of a one-man band sort of deal. I don't mind doing it solo, but it would always be nice to have some company. So thank you very much for those kind words. Also, Nightforce is correct. I am currently signed in to our community's Twitch. I am just simply using the dashboard of the Siege Contender Series, as the Siege Contender Series account is not currently active. Enough about me, though. We will once again see Capitao, who somehow has magically worked his way into this game with great regularity. Mizu Fall will pull out the Capitao yet again. Look to be a bit more successful with those fire arrows this time around, and of course on a different site. Now, Native and Chem, X, and Real Reasons will roll with the Hibana, the Ash, the IQ, and the Sledge. So with the exception of a Blackbeard swap for Sledge, we see almost identical to what we saw last time around for I Can't Sleep. Already we see smokes going down, so this could be a very quick plant. As they try to shoot their way in, another grenade will go in from Chems, and they all gather and huddle around this dining hall, or the dining hall roof, into the window. They will work their way in, and 2 Valiant tries them. This is an absolute shooting gallery, as Tag and Bag will take Chem, Mizufall, and Native down, with Corrin picking up a double, and Anti-Thunder dropping another. Real Reasons down will take Anti-Thunder down, as Crypto eliminates Real Reasons. That will leave just X. We did see a daring quick push, but unfortunately for I Can't Sleep, they were picked off. It was an absolute shooting gallery. As they came in and trial by fire, they all got dropped one by one. 2 Valiant did fall, and Anti-Thunder got eliminated. And now as this plant goes down, he will try to bait out Corrin, but Corrin peeking around the corner at the right time and getting a beautiful shot off on X while helping himself to some Rook armor to celebrate the round. A daring move by I Can't Sleep, punished extremely quickly, and we have a tie game as Tag and Bag draws even at 3 apiece. I didn't know if that play was daring or ill-advised. It's easy now to say that it was very ill-advised because we can look back on it and judge it, but if it had worked, it would have been brilliant. They would have gotten a couple in. The only thing I think that really could have worked was a Monty. Why would you pull that strategy without a Montaigne? You have a Monty go in first and absorb all of that damage while you smoke out with the Capital and then have everybody run in from behind. And that plant becomes an awful lot easier. Have Capital drop 2 smokes while Monty vaults over the window. Make sure that that rotation hole is covered and Monty just simply shields them. Have 2 people come in. One plants the bomb, the other watches the hole to your left. And just like that, you've now successfully gotten a plant off. An easy way to counter that, though, is to run a pulse beneath the room and just simply look up, toss a C4 on the ground, and as they're planting, boom. The Nitro Cell blows them up, and your entire push has been stopped. You could potentially get a double or triple kill, depending on how many are indoors. I digress. I'm not actually playing. I'm not making up their strategies for them. So really, it's up to them to get it off. On defense, we see that they will go into the basement here. X will get kill number 1, a peek on Chad the Dude. That was extremely quick. And don't see a lot of peeking in high-level play such as this, especially in scrims like that, but Chad the Dude immediately taken out of the fight. And that'll leave Crypto, Corrin, 2 Valiant, and Anti-Thunder. And just as I say that, Anti-Thunder finds himself at the hands of X. And X is going to go for kill number 3 this time on Crypto. Won't be able to outpeak a Blackbeard, or any sane man or woman would realize that as a bandit you are likely not going to be able to outpeak Blackbeard, and he will now scamper off to the kitchen. For the attackers, they did have a Capitao and a Sledge, and now only have a Thatcher, Hibana, and Blackbeard left. On defense, they all still stand pat, all 5 alive. We have a Mute and a Smoke, alongside a Valk, a Mira, and a Bandit.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Tag and Bag will have to be especially careful now. But not careful enough. Crypto will get dropped from above by Chem through a hole in the floor, and Corin will rush up and take him out of the fight. And now he will have to pick up his teammate. 2 Valiant will do just that before he can get there in time. And now a little bit more breathing room with 90 seconds left to play. They've successfully eliminated one of the defenders, but still have 4 more to go. Corin thinking about potentially breaking that wall before they see that shimmer of the bandit's wire. They will EMP knock out the reticle of Real Reasons and give them an opportunity now to try and break through that wall. You see X here just sitting and waiting. Crypto will look the wrong way, and X will pick up his 3rd kill. So far, he is 2 kills away from an ace on the round. You can tell he wants it. He does hear Hibana getting the wall from above and looking at the hatch. He does see Corin around the corner. He'll pick up kill number 4. He's 1 kill away from an ace. Well, we see X get kill number 5. The only person that will know the answer to that is himself. 2 Valiant just around the corner if he peeks. And that is it. X will get the ace. That is 5 kills. What a performance by him. You don't even need the rest of your team. X, gon' give it to you. And he does just that. All 5 kills at the hands of X. ICS will take round number 7. Move us to round number 8, and on the back of that ace, ICS probably feeling really good about themselves. They are 1 round away from eliminating Tag and Bag and moving on to face Questionable in the next round of the playoffs.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Tag and Bag in a must-win situation. Will we go to overtime again? Now keep in mind that they were down 4-3 against I Can't Sleep in exactly same set of exactly same set of circumstances only 20-30 minutes ago on Bank. Tag and Bag pulled through. Won and then went to overtime and won actually the first game of overtime before falling in the next 2 rounds. With that said, you got to be feeling that X is quite happy with his play. 5 of his 7 kills came in the last round. He was bottom fragging until round number 7 came around. That's the kind of performance you need if you want your team to be able to elevate themselves. 2 Valiant, after heating up so strongly and finishing with the 2nd highest score for Tag and Bag last game, now finds himself sitting at 0-1-6. That's the kind of performance that will lead a team to an early exit in a playoff series. For the defense, Frost sets out her trap, while Mira, Smoke, Rook, and Jaeger will join her. On attack, Mizufal will run the Capitao again, along with a Hibana, an Ashe, and an IQ. This is the same composition that they have run for the last 3 attacking rounds. The only difference is they subbed out Sledge last time around before they decided to dive through the window headfirst into a hail of gunfire. Like storming the beaches of Normandy, they were all torn to shreds. To shreds, you say? They have swapped out the Sledge for Blackbeard yet again. Real Reasons has been an absolute monster on that Blackbeard. 1 minute. 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining.
Clearing the way.
Hibana will get both the hatch and the reinforced wall next to it. This is going to be a similar play that we saw last time around from I Can't Sleep. And Blackbeard is going to sit up top and watch that little ledge, or that little hole there. He will see the foot of Corin, though, and know that somebody is at least in close proximity. IQ tossing both of her Pokeballs down, and they get eaten by the ADS of Jaeger. The flash, unfortunately, goes the wrong way and will blind all of the teams, or all of the teammates. And you can see Tag and Bag has done the exact same strategy before. They have that little hole there next to Anti-Thunder's mirror window. That means that Capitao will have to have great precision, but also still allow the flexibility of Smoke to get those gas grenades out. Now, I think you could argue that that gas grenade was a little too early, and Chad the Dude will say 5 kills is more than enough. X won't get a single kill in the next round as he falls at the hand of Chad the Dude. That smoke grenade unfortunately goes off a little too near, and you can see Mizufal is getting the plant down for them as Tag and Bag will now need to scramble. This will be an advantage heavily in favor of I Can't Sleep. Real Reasons with a double kill on Crypto and Corrin, and now 2 Valiant will fall. That will leave just Chad the Dude and Anti-Thunder left to defend their team, and just like that, Native and Chem grabbing the final 2 kills, and I Can't Sleep proving that insomnia and constant perseverance are a winning formula, and they will win game number 2 by a score of 5-3, no overtime needed, and they will move on to face Questionable in the next round of the Siege Contender Series playoffs. For Tag and Bag, they will meet Night Force in the elimination bracket, and they will play for their lives. The losing team between Night Force and Tag and Bag will be sent packing, and they will go home. The winner will await the next loser of the series. Here's your scoreboard. Native and Real Reasons, top fraggers for I Can't Sleep, playing tremendously well. The combatants will now file out of this room here, and that will be it for our second day of the Siege Contender Series.